If you've been asking yourself these questions and you want to know if you should, then please keep on watching. Hi guys, Linda here. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and in this video today we're going to be talking about, should you quit your 9-to-5 job? Should you quit your job? And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please kindly click on the subscribe button right below, and also turn on the post notification bell right beside the subscribe button so you don't miss future uploads from me. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Before I decided to quit my 9-to-5 job, I already realized as at, let's say, 6 months into getting into like the corporate work environment, I already realized that the corporate work environment wasn't for me. 6 months in, I already knew that I wouldn't want to do like corporate long term, because I realized that I wanted more freedom. I wanted more flexibility in my life. I wanted more control over my time. I wanted to be able to decide when I woke up in the morning. I wanted to be able to decide when I went to bed. I didn't want to have somebody breathing over my head, or just like, pressing me, or being able to just call me up without, I wanted to have freedom. So I knew that in the long run, it wasn't going to cut it for me. Because I still wanted to grow in corporate, I kept on trying. I kept on waiting there. And I didn't realize that I didn't have an alternative. I didn't have something else to do. But before I even got into corporate, I think I was a makeup artist first. And then from makeup artistry, I delved into doing hair. So what allowed me to be able to leave corporate was my hair business and my makeup business, because I actually have a makeup brand. I also have a hair extension business. So the first thing that I realized that made me quit was that it didn't align. It didn't align with who I was, and it didn't align with the future that I desired. Something that I realized that made me know that the 9-to-5 thing wasn't for me was that I didn't have support system. I didn't have good mentorship. Yeah, as much as I had like senior colleagues and all, even the ones that I inquired about, even the ones that I asked questions about, like their departments, and told them things like I was interested in this thing. One thing that I realized was that most people were not willing to like help you get into, like, most people were not very helpful. So one thing that I now observed was that it's easier for you to grow in corporate when you have mentorship, or when you are from a family that has lots of people that have had that corporate experience. Like for me, my grandparents were not in corporate. My father was not in corporate. The first person in my family that has been in corporate was my mom, and then she herself was just figuring it out. So she wasn't even in the best position to even like guide me through what to do in corporate, because she worked in like a federal government parastatal. So their own was sort of, there's a little bit of meritocracy there, unlike in the corporate world where it's heavily based on like referrals, who you know. So when you don't have mentorship, when you don't have a support system, when you don't have people that really want you to grow and thrive, and when you don't when you don't enter corporate when you don't enter well, you're also going to struggle. Like for me, I entered corporate as an outsourced employee, and I started at a position that they sort of put a lead on that you're not going to grow beyond this. So I was already in a position whereby I was set up to be hindered, or I was set up to fail. And unfortunately for me, they were not, like how the unemployment situation here is in Nigeria. It wasn't really easy for me to find jobs that would be able to help me grow. And at that point, I didn't even know where I wanted to grow to, because I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do in my life. So if you find that you don't have mentorship, you don't have support, you don't have that guidance that you need, and you don't even know what you want to do in corporate, because most times in corporate, people just find themselves being pushed to various departments that doesn't really align with what they actually want to do. think about it seriously. Do you have mentorship? Do you have support? Are you doing what you want to do? Are you getting opportunities that would allow you grow? Did you enter and find yourself in a situation whereby you were being set up to win? Ask yourself these questions, and then the final question I want you to also ask yourself is, if you remain in that job you are in currently, like in 5 years time, where do you project that you will have grown to? If you don't see yourself growing beyond where you are currently in like the next 5 years, then I think you should start seeking out other opportunities in other organizations. That's just my thought. Then the third reason that made me decide to quit was because, of course, I was terribly unhappy. Like, I didn't, I started out in 9 to 5 being excited, like, that joy of you just wanted to just greet everybody, you wanted to be friendly with everybody, you just wanted to, just be out there. And then suddenly you started to realize that, man, nobody gives a fuck about you, man. Everybody, it's like a cold war out there. Everybody's just out for themselves alone. So the moment that reality starts to set in, you might want to become withdrawn. So I think I wasn't really interested in the whole corporate thing anymore. I became withdrawn. And then I desired so much to grow. I was doing my master's degree. I enrolled in the master's degree program. I was trying so much to grow. You know when you want something so bad, but you're not getting it. But eventually when you get it, you now hate that thing that you desired so much. Like, life is just so fun. Life is just so crazy. So I was very unhappy. I was very unhappy because the moment I realized that what I wanted so much didn't really want me, or didn't really align with me, I knew I had to leave. So just check yourself. If you find that on Saturday evenings you are dreading having to go to work, you're dreading having to talk to colleagues. In fact, you have colleagues that you don't even want to even see. You don't want to talk to them. Let's be honest right here. We all have colleagues that we couldn't even be bothered about. You don't want to have to talk to them. You don't even have to greet them. If you found yourself in that situation, it's high time you start packing your bags and leave the environment. It's high time you start packing your bags, seriously. So the final reason why I decided to leave my 9 to 5 job was I realized that I was just a number. And unfortunately, if your number is not one of those numbers that are important numbers, you would see those that are important numbers getting all the benefits, all the perks, while you're just there, a struggling employee trying to make ends meet. You're literally living from paycheck to paycheck, because right now, like, the cost of living is so high that there are very few people that will be able to be working a 9 to 5 job and probably driving themselves from work to home, going from the office, going home, commuting from home to the office daily, Mondays to Friday, be able to feed themselves, pay their children's school fees, take care of their kids' needs, take care of the needs of their parents and those that rely on them, and still have a savings. Like right now in the present day Nigeria, if you are commuting to work back and forth, there's no way in which you won't be spending at least 600,000 naira on a monthly basis. If you find that your work environment is toxic or just caters to only a few at the top of the corporate pyramid, and unfortunately you don't have the means to get that that support you need within your organization that sort of allows you to have a little bit more flexibility. Like, okay, let's say instead of you having to commute to work 5 days in a week, instead just come to work, let's say 3 days in a week or 2 days in a week, and then do the rest of your work at home. If you don't have that, if you don't have those options to at least ease the burden off you, I think you should start looking for something else to do. Because let's be honest, like, the people who do hand jobs, like people who fix for air conditioners, people who do repairs, people who install DSTVs, as much as they are doing these hand works, most of these guys earn more money than people that work corporate jobs. We are raised to see corporate as the ultimate. But let's be honest, with the current way the world is going, the current way the economy is economying, it's not really making sense anymore. So just think about these things that I've mentioned in this video, and then decide for yourself, like, are you willing to take the journey of the road less traveled? Are you willing to step out from being certain to the streets where you're very uncertain? Do you desire to enjoy freedom? Do you desire to explore all of your childhood dreams? Like for me, ever since I quit my 9-to-5 job, I've been able to explore lots of things that I wanted to do as a child, and I'm still even on the process of exploring more of what I wanted to do as a child. Like it's been amazing. It's been fun. It's been also been, let me be honest right here, have I ever felt like, man, I miss the comfort of having like that paycheck, that's extra paycheck? Yes, I've missed it. Yes, of course I have. But would I sacrifice my freedom over that paycheck? Absolutely not. I would not. I would not sacrifice my freedom over that paycheck, especially like in the environment that I found myself in. As much as I'm striving towards entering a different type of environment, I'm only entering that different type of environment because it's going to allow me to experience certain things that I wanted to experience as a child. So this is me right here living all my childhood fantasies. I know, like a grown-up trying to experience all of their childhood fantasies seems to be a bit immature, but I don't care. It's my life. I feel like life should be lived. You shouldn't just be stuck in one box or just stuck in one path. There are many ways to go in life, and I've decided that I'm going to be careless. I'm going to be reckless in my life because at the end of the day, it's my life. When I die, I'm the one that's going to decide, oh yes, did I do everything that I wanted to do? I'll be happy that at least I explored. I tried out everything. I tried out all the possibilities that I imagined for myself. Whether it worked out or it didn't work out, or whether regardless of how it turned out, regardless of the results, I'm just happy that I tried out everything. So it's left for you to decide for yourself. Have I been stranded since I left my 9-to-5 job? No, I haven't. Why? Because I actually put certain things in place before I left, and luckily for me, I had several streams of income, and I also have a support system. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, be bold, have courage, live a positive life, and I'll most definitely see you in my next video. Bye love. Ciao.